everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know I ask you to do it every single day. Why? Because we are building a tribe. We are building a community. And let me let you in on the tea. That's what's hot on these internet streets. And that is this right here is the best community on these streets. And if you want to be a part of it, you know what you need to do. Go down here in these settings, look around, find that subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too, so you'll know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, the algorithm. Whew. I tell you, it is hand to hand, fist to cuff combat with this algorithm. I'm telling you. And also, I just want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to all of the people that support the channel through watching the commercials. Just know that that support is everything. And I know it's hard. I do. I'm telling you, I be going through this commercial myself. They play the same thing over and over again. Sometimes it's so hard not to push the skip button, but I don't. And I don't do it on other creators' videos that I watch either, because I know they need the support as well and how important it is. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's not that I don't understand that it's hard. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Also, right about here, that's the join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative for your support. Also, if you just want to do a one-time donation, our super thanks button is right over there. And all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, with all that said, let's get to the read. Y'all know we always have a lot, and y'all know when I am putting the read together, y'all know what I do. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell you, I have been in these streets most of the day and on every platform, every social media platform on these internet streets. I showed up. I was over to Blue Sky. Oh, I love it over there. I was over there a lot today. Then I went to TikTok just for a minute, because y'all know how TikTok sucks me in. And then I went to Instagram, and I'm telling you, Meghan is killing us softly. She is. You have to check in with her, because if you don't check in with her, you will miss something. And Meghan has posted something, and we're going to talk about it in a little bit. But also the Instagram squatties, they're all over the place. But the minute that Meghan made that post, it was all about that post. And my timeline is filled up with Meghan's latest post. And I'll tell you, I don't mind it one bit. I don't, because I love it. And so, of course, after I left there, I found my way back to the sewer. Y'all know I call X, formerly known as Twitter, the sewer, but it is getting better since I've been blocking everybody. Everything, I've been blocking it that doesn't pertain to the squad. So, yes, it's starting to get better. And so I went over there, and the squatties over there are still dragging the trolls, because the trolls are still acting out. These Derangers are still acting out. I even later in the podcast, we're going to talk about it. They still acting out, even presented with the facts, and they are acknowledging what we're saying are facts, but they still want to live in their delulu. So yes, and we don't mind dragging them. If they don't mind getting drugged, we don't mind dragging them. So that is going on. All right, y'all. So let's get started. We have a lot. Of course, we have a lot, because I've been in these internet streets most of the day. So I have found some good stuff. Even an article, a really, really good article. It's an upbeat article. It's a positive article about Harry and Meghan and how they have overcome. And I am excited to share it because I think we need it right now. We do. Fighting these toadies, fighting these flying monkeys, flying because we was even fighting the flying monkeys today. They was all up in these internet streets posting all kind of nonsense about that made up controversy that the Daily Mail had conjured up out of thin air. Yeah, I think old Richard Fitzwilliam, he was on these internet streets talking out of the side of his neck. We have fought everybody today and just fought with the receipts. But I just felt like with all of that going on, all that negativity, let's look back. And this article really looks back and shows how Harry and Meghan has overcome and absolutely outdone them all. So I just felt like this is the perfect article for this particular podcast. So we're going to get into that later. But first, we're going to get into Meghan's post she put up today. And look, here it is. Now, I'm going to put it up. This is Meghan's post. And look at it. It has all kinds of stuff on it. I mean, handwritten notes, pictures of pancakes look like she has made for Archie. You see that little green star at the bottom? You can barely see. That has Archie's name on it, so it's probably something he made in school. Yes, it is so good, and it is a throwback from the TIG, and we're going to talk about that in a little while. Squatty that posted this said this: "Making today, we love you, Meghan. There's going to be an article written for every piece of paper on this board." Where is the lie? They're going to psychoanalyze everything. They're going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb. They're going to make something out of everything that's posted up here. The minute I saw those farm fresh eggs, I said they're going to have an article about that, how she has eggs and it is a egg shortage in the U.S. And she's probably going to be accused of creating the bird flu because we all know they blame everything on Meghan that they possibly can. And we all know that Meghan has farm fresh eggs from from little Archie's chicken. Y'all remember when Oprah came over when she was doing that interview? Meghan gifted her with some fresh eggs from the chickens. Yes, yes. So Meghan does not have a shortage at her house of eggs because her chickens provides all the eggs she needs. But we all know that means nothing to these people. So if they want to write a story on that angle, they'll write that story. They don't care. They have never let truth get in the way of them writing a story. I'm just saying. And Meghan used the Fugees, Lauryn Hill used Lauryn Hill as the song for this post. And I'm telling you, you remember that song is like, "Girl, you know you better watch out. Some guys are only about that thing, that thing, that thing." Now, y'all have just found out that I can't sing. I'm telling you, the cat is out of the bag. The Rory cannot sing. But I'm telling you, this is such a sweet post. And I really, really advise you to hop, skip, and jump right over to Instagram and look at this particular post. It is the sweetest thing. It is. I love it. And I'm going to put this up. And this is a repost of Meghan's post. And it talks about the caption that she put to her post. And the caption said, "From memory lane to memories I'm making today." And it says, "Meghan's cute post. Can't wait to support the next chapter." I cannot either. Y'all saw my little short I posted today. I am sitting already waiting for March 4th. I am. I cannot wait. And yeah, yes, and her posting just putting out stuff like this just really just makes it intense to the point where I just cannot wait. It's going to be so good. We're going to get so much good stuff from Meghan. And this picture here has so much good stuff on it. I'm telling you, I am waiting for the articles. I am waiting. I'm waiting for the squatties, because at the end of the day, the squatties are better at this. They can look in all these different pieces of paper and they're going to post something about each and every one of them. You best believe it. And I cannot wait to see how my timeline looks tomorrow morning. And as soon as I find something good, I'm going to hop right on here and share it with you. Yeah, I'm going to put this up, and it says, I love this TIG post. And I think this is a post of her that Meghan made when it was the TIG, because if you look at all the different little notes, it has the TIG on them. And this is at the top of the board that she just posted. So she's saying she's going from where she was to where she's at now, making memories. And I get it now. And this particular squatter said, I love you with all my heart. I would say heart, but my butt is bigger. And what are they talking about that? They're talking about that little note right there. You see where it says, I love you with all my heart, but I would say heart, but my butt is bigger. The TIG at the end, that's where this squatty got that. It's off of one of the notes that Meghan has on the board. Yes, I love it. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this one up. And this particular squatty reposted it too and said this: Princess Meghan keeps living her best life. Just posted on IG. She is. And I love it. I love seeing it, because they have thrown everything at her. And I think this is Meghan's way of just saying to all of the derangers who have been cutting up, I'm so unbothered. You are nothing to me. My life goes on. I'm making memories with my husband and my children. And you know what? My supporters have my back. And that's fact. And these are things that no matter how they cut up, no matter how they lie, no matter how delusional they act on these internet streets, those facts are not going to change. Meghan is still going to be married to Prince Harry. She's still going to have a loving marriage and two beautiful children, and she's going to have people that support her. So act out if you want to. We're going to drag you because we enjoy doing that. Now, we ain't going to let you lie. We're going to drag you with the receipts. But other than that, we are unbothered. And I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And when I saw this, I laughed because the squatty reposted this from another squatty. And this squatty, the original post said, live coverage of the UK press tonight after Meghan's memory Instagram. Exactly. And if you saw this little meme, he is going from one side to the other one, comparing one with the other one. And that's exactly what they're doing on Fleet Street right now. They are pulling an all-nighter so they can absolutely have something to put on the front page about Meghan's post. They're going to pick through every little piece of paper. They're going to pick through it and write an article about it. And this squatty that reposted it said, laughing my MFA off. Where is the lie? Because you have to laugh at these people because they are absolutely off the rails, crazy, fevered-minded, crazy in the head. I mean, textbook crazy. These people are. Delusion, you look up delusional, and there they'll be. Pie face, Tads, little teeth, big tooth, you name it, Jen, that whole crew, that whole fevered-minded crew. I see where Meghan McCain has come out of her cave talking some nonsense. It's all craziness. And Meghan's post just really showed them that it's all noise to her, because she's going to continue to live her fabulous life. No matter what you say, she will be unbothered, because hers is grounded in reality. And her reality is not going to change. And I just love it. I do. And I love seeing a meltdown, because at the end of the day, it's all out of jealousy. They hate her because they want to be her. They want to be her. And they'll lie if they say any different. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put this up, and this happened today too. Meghan hit 2 million followers on Instagram. She did, and this particular squatty could not contain themselves and said, "Congratulations to Duchess of Sussex for hitting 2 million Instagram followers." Where is the lie? And Meghan is following one person. I wonder who that is. Probably Harry or somebody. I don't know. I know what it is. I know what it is. She is following as ever. Yes, that's who she's following. She's following herself. I love it. All right, y'all. We're gonna get into this article now. And I found this article on Femnegra. I think that's the way you pronounce it. Femnegra. I I cannot. I hate to call names of anything because I be mangling it. But I tell you what, this particular online magazine is like Chef Kiss. It is everything. When I tell you it's everything, and it hits every point. And they wrote this article, and the name of the article is How Meghan and Prince Harry Exposed the Media's False Narratives. And all I can say is where to lie at. Because Meghan and Harry came out for Invictus games and blew them up. Meghan came out with her little short video about her new brand and blew them up. Every narrative that they had worked so hard to try to plant into people's mind and to try to cast Harry and Meghan into these horrible, horrible people, evil people. They show up and absolutely dispel all of that nonsense. In no time at all, Harry and Meghan shows that everything that they have been saying about them is nothing but lies. So let's get into this article. And like I said, the name of the article is How Meghan Markle and Prince Harry Exposed the Media's False Narrative. And it says, for years, the media has pushed a smear campaign about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Every few months, a new claim emerged about their marriage, careers, or even their children, where it's a lie. They're talking about little Lilibeth right now, talking about she's too young to say she don't want to be in Meghan's videos on Instagram. And I'm telling you, the squatties ate them up and said, worry about those little children who look like they are absolutely being kept against their will. Will not and cannot children look like they being kept against their will. They look like they're in a hostage video. Look at that Christmas Carol concert tape. That video of those kids when they showed up. They look like they are crying for help. We was looking at their hands and seeing if they were making the international sign for help me, because they looked like they were in distress. And then she released those pictures this week, and they look like everybody in them looked so sad. We're going to talk about that a little later as well. So don't worry about Lilibeth. Worry about those children who really don't have any choice, whose future is already locked in. They already know what they're going to be. And if they just absolutely try to step one step out of what is expected of them, they send in the flying monkeys to attack. They will send in the flying monkeys to attack them. And how do I know that? Look, that is exactly what they did to Harry. So worry about them. Don't worry about little Lilibeth and Archie, because they are going to be free. They're going to be free to do and be whatever they want to do and be. It's the whale's children that you need to be concerned about. But I digress. And it says the Sussexes have dismantled some of the biggest false narratives surrounding them. The tabloid tried to write their downfall, but reality had other plans. Where is the lie? Because every time reality meets these false narratives that these flying monkeys conjure up on a daily basis, they fall short. They absolutely get embarrassed. They get exposed and shown how pathetic they are. I'm telling you, Harry and Meghan shows them up. And it goes on to say, Smear 1. Netflix was unhappy with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. How much did we hear that? Oh my goodness, that was running on and on and on all last year, really, and really picked up heavy in the middle of the year because they were anticipating when their contract was going to be up. So, yes, that was a narrative. And this article goes on to say, for months, the media ran the idea that Netflix had grown tired of Meghan. Reporters painted a picture of executives losing faith in her ability to deliver content, claiming that her contract was hanging by a thread. Y'all remember that? They were saying it was live or die on Polo, that Polo had to make it or their contract would not be renewed, that they was not putting out enough content. And Netflix, some cousin of a brother of a sister of a horse that rode, some cousin of a brother that a sister that someone rode the horse that the nephew had, that had some kind of connection to Netflix, told them that. And those are the kind of articles we were getting. But yes, we remember all of this. It said those so-called experts insisting that the streaming giant had backed away after release of Harry Polo documentary. Rumors swirled that Meghan planned cooking show was dead before it even started. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then it goes on to say the version of the events did not age well. Not only is Meghan dropping a brand new show next month on Netflix, but she has also strengthened her relationship with the platform through her lifestyle brand as ever. Netflix continues to invest in Meghan's projects, making it clear that their relationship and their partnership is not only intact, but actively expanding. Smear absolutely blown away. I mean, absolutely exposed as for what it is, a lie. Another lie bites the dust, I guess I can say. All right, it goes on to say instead of cutting ties, Netflix is doubling down on the collaboration. Where is the lie? I'm telling you. Then it goes on to say smear 2. The Sussexes' marriage was crumbling. Yes, I guess it was probably what, maybe not even quite a year after Harry and Meghan left from over there, they started those rumors that they were having problems, that Harry was sleeping at a hotel, that Harry could not stand her. Every time he was around Meghan, he never was happy. On and on and on, like hot butter on popcorn. But this particular article says this: The tabloids had spent years crafting a storyline that Meghan and Harry's marriage is crumbling. Every small detail has been twisted into evidence as a supposed split. And you remember I talked about this in my last podcast, where Pie-Face Taz and Little Tooth Big Tooth was absolutely convinced that Harry and Meghan was getting a divorce, and it would be this year. And it's because of that nonsense that's printed in those papers. But these two Delulu people, they probably could have came up with it without being reinforced by those rags over there. But my point is this: it did not help. But let's go on. It said if Meghan attended an event alone, that meant trouble. If Harry visited the UK without her, divorce was imminent. According to an anonymous source, Meghan was already working on a tell-all book about life after their separation. Y'all remember that? That was in Vanity Fair. That was in that old rag of Vanity Fair that Katie Nichols had put together, that hit piece. And Harry and Meghan blew that nonsense away. And it says, then came the Invictus games, and with the complete collapse of this narrative, Harry and Meghan could not have looked more in love. They held hands, they laughed together, they shared affectionate moments in front of the camera. Their connection was impossible to fake. Photos with the children at events reinforced their bond, showing them as a team, not a couple on the verge of collapse. Where is the lie? Because it's only one couple looking like they're on the verge of collapse, and they don't live in Montecito. They are in Windsor. I'm just saying. Okay, the next smear 3. Hollywood had shut the Sussexes out. Y'all remember those stories? Story after story after story after story. That Hollywood, the A-listers, didn't want to have anything to do with Harry and Meghan. And totally would ignore Harry and Meghan with people like Kevin Costner and Oprah and Tyler Perry. I don't know who they consider A-listers are, but all of those in my book are A-listers. But yet and still they ignored all of that. And said that Hollywood was shunning them. And this article says the media wanted people to believe that Hollywood had casted Harry and Meghan aside. Their supposed crime was attacking the royal monarchy. Y'all remember that? So they don't want to have anything to do with Harry and Meghan because they attacked the monarchy, that they attacked William and Kate, that they attacked Charles and Camilla. Y'all remember that? Just had an article out that I have given the side eye to today. They still up to their shenanigans over there at the Hollywood Reporter. And we all know what goes on at Vanity Fair. All over here trying to create a narrative that nobody is buying. It's nobody buying it, but yet it's still, they're still trying to sell it. And it goes on to say, Americans are known for their underlying love for the former colonial rulers. Yes, wanted to try to pretend like Americans was mad with Harry and Meghan because of that family over there. But yet and still, when William and Kate came to Boston, where the Boston Tea Party was, they absolutely booed them out of the building at the Celtics game. So they can miss me with this nonsense. And y'all hear some of the headlines they had. And look at the Daily Beast. We all know that little toady, but he is turning around. I'm telling you, he is mad about something. I don't know what. And we're going to cover an article he has written here lately. We're just going to look at the headline because it is something to say, what's going on here? But I digress. See it right there. It says Meghan and Harry humiliated by Hollywood Reporter. Shows their power is waning, report says. Then it says Meghan Markle, Prince Harry accused of turning everything negative. And then it says Prince Harry, Meghan Markle face major trouble as Netflix contract nears end. Yes, yes, this is what they said. And this article goes on to say Meghan's appearance at Kerry Washington's birthday party with Jessica Alba, who has a $1 billion brand of her own. Yes, she does. Jessica Alba does. I think she is a billionaire twice over. I think her brand is so valuable. And it goes on to say she is not just present, she is fully engaged, celebrating alongside A-lister friends. The idea that she has been frozen out ignores how the entertainment industry actually works. Meghan built her own network long before she met Harry. Whereas like her and Kerry Washington was friends way before she met Harry. These are connections that Meghan had prior to Harry. That's why I said Harry could have never done everything that he has done without Meghan, without her support, without her connection, without her knowledge of how the world works. Meghan is very worldly. Harry was not. He came out of a gilded cage. And without Meghan, he never would have been able to thrive like he has. Meghan was a gift. And the fourth spear is Prince Harry was facing deportation. We know that was just going on and on and on, especially after Trump was elected president. And then he finally squashed it and said that he was not going to deport Harry. He absolutely shut it down, but he also wanted to make a dig at Meghan as he said that. And of course, I did not like that. But I'll tell you what I did like, and I'm going to put it up. Stella Parson, she came in with the truth. She said, you must be a force of nature as a woman if the current president throws shade at you. Congratulations, Meghan Markle. He only says stuff like that to women that challenge him, that absolutely of a certain caliber. He is threatened by strong women. He loves weak women. Now, Kate, he'll love her and the horse, but I don't know if he loved beautiful women, so the horse is never going to make the cut for him. That's why they said that Charles and Camilla is coming over here on a charm mission to charm Donald Trump. Well, he should have kept Diana if he was going to do any charming, because the horse, it has no charm to her. I'm just saying. And in the end, it says the media keeps writing their downfall, but Harry and Meghan keeps proving them wrong. The tabloids thrive on takedown stories. For years, they have spun narratives about Harry and Meghan, but none of them stands up to reality. Say it again. Say it again. It said again and again, the couple refused to play the media game, proving that speculation and smear campaigns do not define them and do not work. They have not been able to take them down. And they are so frustrated. You can see them spinning out of control. They continue to get crazier and crazier with their narratives. They're spinning. They are just absolutely spinning. So that is why I love this article. I absolutely did. And like I said, I found it in Femnegra, and I hope I'm saying the name right. But yes, it is such a great article. It's an uplifting article, and I felt like we needed it today. All right, y'all. I want to put this up right here. And when I saw it, I knew I had to add it to the podcast because it is from yesterday. I had said that plate that Meghan had fixed Archie and Lily's snack, Valentine's snack, had sold out. And this particular squatter reposted that post and said this: I love how we love our Meghan Markle. At this rate, we might buy her website too when she launches as ever products. I'm telling you, we're going to buy everything. And on that, they absolutely can bet on, because at the end of the day, we're going to support Meghan. We're going to support Harry. We're going to support the Sussex family. And that's just the way it is. I'm just saying. And I know that really gets them. I saw Nana one time. She said it's just a certain amount of people, no matter what Harry and Meghan does, they just still supports them. Yeah, Nana. And that's the way it's going to be. I'm just saying. I love it. I love it. I love this post. And the dragon is still going on. And the Derangers are still absolutely losing their SHIT, because the squatties are coming in with the facts and they just cannot handle it. So I wanted to give y'all an update on how it's going for the Derangers in their campaign to try to get someone to sue Meghan about her logo and her brand name. And it is so funny. I even have a post by Pieface Taz. Yes, Pieface Taz has entered the chat as usual and spreading her misinformation, her lies, and her bile. And she is crying so hard I can barely understand what she's trying to communicate in her post. But we're going to discuss it a little later. But this, I want to put this up. It says that business allowed themselves to be caught up in a hot mess of targeted harassment and hate. What business is this particular squatty talking about? It's talking about As Ever NYC. And I think it was also a photography studio that was named As Ever. Neither one had trademarked anything. Yet here they were talking to the Daily Fail and contributing to this nonsense. And so this squatty goes on to say, it turns out that they were operating businesses without a trademark. Anyway, squatties. Yes. They over here talking to the Daily Fail, posting stuff on their Instagram and on their X account, and found out they don't even have a trademark. We talked about that in my last podcast, and it says, what's for lunch? This squatty is saying, I am so done with this. What are we going to talk about? Because at the end of the day, our work is done. We have exposed these people who they just snatched them out of nowhere, never looking to see if any of these businesses that they were pumping up, that they were bringing to the front. And like I said, Daily Mail spearheaded this nonsense, creating a controversy out of thin air. And these old toadies, these old ugly old hags, these old minions and flying monkeys all jump on the same bandwagon. Anything that they can find to try to smear Meghan with it, they do. Then they end up looking like the fools that they are. And I just love it for them. And I'm like this squatty, what's for lunch? Our work is done here. What is for lunch? I think I'm going to cook some chili. This squatty says, what's for lunch? I'm having salty tears salad and wash it down with FAFO, F around and find out cocktails. Exactly. Because that's what has happened. They have effed around and found out that what they were hanging all their hopes, all their dreams, all of their hate to was companies that had no trademarks. And Meghan had did her due diligence like any other smart professional businesswoman would do. And also, I said this in my last podcast, Meghan is not sloppy. Netflix would not be partnering with her if she was a sloppy businesswoman. Of course, she had secured this trademark, but yet and still, here they are, off to the races looking stupid. I just love that for them. I do. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this one up. And this is a repost. And the original post said this: X account gone. IG account comments off. Look like 15 minutes of fame is up. Yeah, I have to laugh. But because the squatties are so cold. They are cold as ice, aren't they? And it goes on to say the Rangers tried to bring down Meghan and it backfired spectacularly. Turns out the NYC business is not trademarked. Hashtag stay mad. And basically what they're saying is, as ever, NYC, the X account has been shut down. They had to shut it down. I don't know why they shut it down, but we all know the pushback is real on them internet streets. The squatters don't be playing with nobody. And then they had to turn off the comments. Well, they turned off the comments on their IG page. Yes, 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 they did. And this particular squatter came in and reposted that and said this: I feel no sympathy for as ever NYC. And I must say, I feel the same way. Because when you don't know about something, keep your mouth shut. Why are you running off at the mouth about something and knowing that you did not trademark it? And you were coming up against some giants. You were coming up against the Duchess of Sussex and Netflix. And you didn't have sense enough to keep your mouth shut. And this person is supposed to be a former advertising executive. And looked like he would have handled his business a little better than that. I'm just saying. And this squatty goes on to say there was a more professional way of handling the attention they got. Exactly. Exactly. What about pulling back until you get your footing to find out what's going on before you run off at the mouth to the Daily Fail? What about that? And it goes on to say, I said this in a respectful way on IG and I was blocked. So this squatter was trying to tell them that, you know what, maybe you should just say no comment until you find out what's going on. And evidently, as ever, NYC didn't like the advice that this particular squatter was giving and blocked them. And it says some of the trolls are buying the clearance items that are around $100. Others are commenting that the prices are too high. Well, I don't know who asked you to go in there and try to buy anything from these people. They start a mess and then cannot handle the mess that they start. At the end of the day, it's a battle out here on these internet streets. If you know, you know. Pat Benatar said life is a battlefield. Well, I think she said love is a battlefield, but these internet streets are a battlefield. And so you best be able to take it. Well, you know, your pocketbook is that thin that you cannot buy anything to help with your hate campaign. Stop it. Maybe you shouldn't be on the campaign. I'm just saying. And and this squatty is absolutely going straight for the neck, and I love it. Saying their pockets is really thin. Why you out here hating and your pocket's so thin that you cannot spend $100 on the clearance and you got to complain in their comments that their prices are too high and nobody asked you to even come in there in the first place? I cannot with these people. I'm telling you. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put this up, and this is the second portion of that same squatty's post, and it says, so how are you going to push someone to sue but tell them you can't afford to support their business? That's exactly what I was just saying. Your pocket's so thin you can't even support their business, but yet and still you trying to encourage them to spend their money to sue, and they know that they don't have a trademark. They don't have any ground to stand on. What do they call it in court? They have no standing. But yet and still, here you are with your little weak self trying to encourage them to get involved in something that they know that they're going to lose. It's ridiculous. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It says the funds would be used to fund that legal case. The red flags were there immediately, but the owner chose to look past them. F him and his business. This squatty has no time for none of them. And I am right there with her. Me and her are right here. We are right here. Because I said the same thing. He should have kept his mouth shut. When you don't know what's going on, your first instinct should to be quiet until you find out what's going on, until you get more information. But his first instinct was to talk to the Daily Fail. And this is what he's got: a whole lot of broke haters. We all know Angela Levin is broke. She can get paid by GB News. Yes, a whole lot of broke haters. I'm just saying, I cannot with these people. And all right, y'all, I'm gonna put this up. And this particular squatty reposted what this former executive told the Daily Fail. And we all know the Daily Fail manufactured this whole controversy around Meghan because they're mad. They're mad because they hadn't been able to destroy her. All I can say to that is boo effing who. They will stay mad and die mad for as we are concerned. But this particular squatty said this, right? This was the comment he gave to the Daily Mail. He could have easily said no comment. Just like Jen, the owner of As Ever Photography, and her stupid IG post. She should have kept her comments to herself. I would have contacted Meghan's people and asked about working on a photo shoot with her. They both blew it. They did. Or they just could have went about minding their own business and going ahead and making their money. Because to be adjacent to Meghan would have made them some money. But no, just like this squatty said, they had to open their mouths and now they have blew it. And I just love that for them. And this particular squatty posted what this former advertising executive and restaurateur. My whole thing is this man has had all these businesses and these high profile jobs, and he behaves in this manner when something like this pops off. He should be, of all people, prepared for something like this and how to handle it and how to move forward and make it benefit them. He knew when he made this comment, when he talked to the Daily Mail, that he had no trademark, but yet and still he's opening his mouth. He should have just shut up. And like I said, being adjacent to Harry and Meghan, you're going to make some money, but he just blew it. And this is what he said to the Daily Mail. Speaking to the dailymail.com in the wake of Meghan's announcement, Kolski, I guess that's his name, Kolski, confirmed he is now getting advice from many professionals in the legal field as he could. My whole thing is they're probably telling you you're stupid. in the world you gonna sue somebody who has a trademark and you don't? How you going? Where is your standing, sir? Where? How are you gonna go to court with that nonsense, sir? That's stupid. And then he went on to say, Kolski, a former advertising executive and restaurateur, said that it's easy to see that there's confusion between the brands. Yeah, Meghan should sue you for using her brand name because at the end of the day, she owns that SHIT. I'm just saying. And it says, I have been made aware of it since early Monday morning. And right there is the rub. I have been made aware of it since early Monday morning. Who want to take bets on who made this person aware of it early Monday morning? I bet you it had something to do with the Daily Fail over there because this is what they do. It has their fingerprints all over it. And it says, I was not aware before because they call him up. This was an organized hit job just created in the fevered minds of all of those flying monkeys over there at the Daily Fail. And their fingerprints are all over it. And it says, when he says he was not aware of it before, it's because they're the ones who informed him of it. Of course they are. And it says, we don't have any affiliation with Meghan Markle, he added. At this time, based on all the legal advice I'm getting, it's best for me to say no direct comment. Well, you already done made a comment, sir. You already made one. And you should have followed that advice before you decided to speak to the Daily Fail. I'm just saying. All right, I'm going to put this one up. And this is a squatter reposting what old Pie Face Taz is talking about over there on her favorite page. And she posted this and said, I've just read that a small village in Parias cannot afford to sue Meghan to change her logo. The fevered mind, I'm telling you, and I don't think the fever is ever gonna break. Because they're so full of shit. But it goes on to say, despite it being an obvious copy of their coat of arms, and the New York base, as ever, had not trademarked their name, so it would be hard to contest. It makes me wonder if Meghan had, in fact, done her due diligence. Now she trying to act like Meghan isn't smarter than her. I'm just saying. This pie-faced woman, I'm telling you, if you ever go to her page and hear her talk, you know Meghan is head, shoulders, knees, and toes above her, but yet it's still talk about, I guess she did her due diligence. Like Meghan hadn't outsmarted y'all favorite trolls, your favorite derangers, you favorite ugly old hags at every turn. But here you are, still Delulu. I'm just saying. And it goes on to say, pie-faced Taz goes on to say, it makes me wonder if Meghan had in fact did her due diligence and she knew could simply just bulldoze her way through. And what she mean by bulldozing her way through is following the law to obtain the trademark. Favorite mind. I'm just saying. It said Meghan doesn't care about the little people. She's most definitely a bully. And then she goes on with some other old nonsense that she cooked up in that fevered mind of hers. This is what this woman is talking about. This pie face woman, I'm telling you. But this squatty reposted that and said this: I knew some would lose it over as ever, Meghan, but the comments under this, they want to crowdfund for the island to sue over the logo. They want to crowdfund to give this small island nation in Spain money to sue Meghan over a trademark. And this is and this is the nation's coat of arms. It is so stupid. It is so stupid. They want to crowdfund for the island to sue over the logo and want to trademark the name for the small clothing company in New York. This is what these people are wasting their time talking about and still can't come up with enough money to buy anything off the website of the business they try to encourage to sue Meghan. I kid you not. And then you wonder why I always said that their minds are fevered. You have to have a fevered mind. It's something has to be not clicking up here for you to come up with this nonsense. It is so ridiculous. I cannot. And I'm going to put this up. And this squad has said this. Do they have the same energy for dozens of other businesses, including tropical hotels and travel firms who use birds and palm trees as their logos? And here's some examples of that. It's ridiculous. I mean, and they don't see how ridiculous that it is. They're just so filled with hate. It's just crazy to see. And I'm gonna put up what this particular squatter said, and it is about Meghan, how she just remains unbothered in the whole midst of this nonsense. I know it drives the Derangers crazy. I know us squatties drive them crazy because we be coming in with nothing but the knowledge. Did y'all see where old Pieface Taz had to admit that these are the facts? You want to know where she got those facts from? From squatties, because they don't bother to get the facts. They just want to run with the narrative. And we come in and we absolutely just hammer them, just pelt them with the facts. And so they have to admit that. And that, to me, her whole little post was about admitting that she has nothing. They have nothing. Meghan has done her due diligence. And even old pie face Taz had to say that. So I'm going to put this one up. And this is a tribute to Meghan and her being so unbothered. It says, wolves don't lose sleep over the opinion of sheep. The moon doesn't howl back at the dog. Never interrupt your enemies when they are making mistakes. Save the date, March the 4th on Netflix. And all I can say to that is, where is the lie? Oh, yeah, I wanted to put up this. This is that article by Tom Sykes. Tom Sykes has been coming with the digs when it comes to William and Kate. And he even came for the children. It says, look what it says. Kate Middleton shows off her kids' terrible drawings. Yes, he did. Not raw Picasso's. He came for them. And it says the Daily Beast called those drawings terrible. Laughing emoji. I'm telling you, any parent who has ever felt inadequate when comparing themselves to Kate Middleton, those socks, that hair, can take comfort perhaps in the fact that her kids' art projects are refreshingly unimpressive. Wow. Refreshingly Unimpressive. These are the words that he used. Okay, and this squatty came up under it and said, none of those pictures show a happy mummy. Now, where's the lie? It looks pretty awful. They say all of them are supposed to be the kids drawing her. I don't know where the little boy who looked like he dead, because that's definitely not Kate, because you remember it was 4 of them. Who drew that? That was very, very creepy, to say the least. Yeah, so, and Tom Sykes just came for him. I'm just saying, I didn't read the article. This is just something that another squatty posted. I don't do kids, I don't, they said the kids did it. I just judge the pictures. I don't say, stuff like that. But those pictures was creepy. They were creepy. I'm just saying. Ended on, all right, y'all. I'm gonna end it on something that's so sweet. Just wait. Just wait. It is going to melt your heart. And I'm going to put it up in 3, 2, 1. There it is. Is this not the sweetest, sweetest thing? Meghan and Harry with the Squamish kids. It says, this is a repost, and the original post says, probably the cutest photo from their Canada trip. The Duke and Duchess with the Squamish kids. Look at those kids. Are those the most beautiful kids? Oh my goodness. Look at Harry. Harry, oh, that is a heart melter right there. And this particular squatter said, "Oh, I'm dead. R.I.P. to me." R.I.P. to me too. R.I.P. to me too. Because I'm dead right alongside of you. Dig my grave. When you dig your grave, dig mine too. Because I'm dead. Look at this. Mm-mm-mm. All right, y'all. See y'all later. Bye. Bye.